place. Someone flex me a bad body. So it's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We are iBoxing Hub. I go by the name of BNG, featuring yours truly, Trey. What's good?
All good, cuz. All good. How's your week been so far? Obviously, it's midweek.
Right. It's been all right. I can't complain. You know, we had a long bank holiday. Hey, I'm happy. Happy days.
Yeah. You know what? It's always good to have a short week, but then at the same time, I feel like things goes by very fast. Because let's just get down to the boxing. We've got plenty of news to sort of round up. You know, I like to call our Wednesday shows, even though it's the boxing roundup, it's the midweek roundup of sort of the latest news. So, cuz, start us off. Billy Joe. Let's go straight into it. Billy Joe Saunders return. What's your thoughts about that?
I don't know. It's been a while. When did he last fight? Was it 2 years or 3 years?
Canelo was the last fight.
No, I know it was Canelo, but what was it, 2 years ago?
It's probably about 2 years ago. But look, if anyone is obviously viewing the show right now, look, get involved in the discussions. If you've got the exact point where Billy Joe had his first fight, put that in the comments right now. And look, guys, firstly, before we sort of, break down the return of Billy Joe Saunders, we just want to say thank you so much. Look, iBoxing Hub is obviously delivered. 8th of May 2021 was the last time Billy Joe Saunders was in a ring. So, pretty much 2 years later, we're obviously looking at a return for him, man. So, yeah, what's your thoughts, cuz? And
It's been 2 years. I mean, if he's still got it in him, then yeah, but he needs, as far as I'm concerned, he's put on weight. So what weight class is he going to go back to super middleweight, or is he going cruiserweight?
Oh, yeah. So he announced on the 8th of May that he is back. So we obviously put it out in our socials. So look, big up the Al Heyman of iBoxing Hub. He's obviously, keeping us informed of the news and everything that's going on as well. So big up to him. Cuz it looks like he's going to be back. And look, my question to you, cuz, and we obviously put out a poll, let's say, on who he should fight next. What's your thoughts, cuz? Him coming back 2 years, bang, that's the poll. What are you saying, cuz?
Well, it's a bit of a tricky one. I mean, he could potentially fight Eubank Jr., but that's a fight everybody wants to see. Cool. I just think he just needs to build. First of all, I need to know what weight class. I need to know what weight class, because at the end of the day, look, Billy might say, look, I might want to fight in, I don't know, light heavy.
It's true, it's true.
You know what I mean?
A middleweight, as they get older, I always feel that the next division up is super middle, and he was sort of fighting that super middleweight as well. I think in terms of making that weight, I don't think he's going to have any issues, I believe. So I think he should sort of come back to super middleweight. And cuz, look at the fighters he's got in that division, man. He's got Caleb Plant, he's got Benavidez,
he's not gonna fight Caleb Plant. He's not gonna fight Benavidez. The person that he will most probably entertain might be Bubu. What's his name? Andrade.
Oh, Dimitri. Oh, yeah.
That's the one. That's the person that he was supposed to fight.
But he's in that division, no? Like Bubu Andre.
Super middle, yeah. So them two can meet in the ring.
Fury versus Billy Joe Saunders. Who is the real Gypsy King? Look, Bakaya Saka, obviously big up. We obviously love your energy as always. Look, John Ryder is also saying as well. Look, cuz, yeah.
So it's quite there. John Ryder could be a possibility as well, because obviously he beat John Ryder years ago, right?
Oh yes, he did, didn't he? He did, yeah.
So
that could be.
He's got options. He's got options. He's got Eubank Jr., John Ryder, or Andrade.
But if you're putting on your promoter's hat on right now, you're putting him in a ring with. right now?
I'll probably say John Ryder. I'll say Ryder.
Venue? What you saying venue
Because
wise?
Ryder's just proven that. Like, look, remember he broke his nose in the fight, and he went all the way to 12 rounds. So I think that would be a good fight. But knowing
Venue wise?
Billy, I don't know. Probably have to be Wembley.
Oh yes, big up Palamos Music as well, brother. Loving the energy as always. We've missed you, of course. So big up for obviously tuning into the show. Yeah, cuz I think Billy Joe versus Ryder 2 would be a good fight to watch, especially after what John Ryder did against Canelo in his home country or homecoming fight. I think it would be a good domestic fight for Billy Joe. And look, regardless of what people say about Billy Joe, I think as a boxer, he's sound. He's got obviously the boxing IQ. He can box, he can move, he can make people miss, catch people with different angles. So yeah,
the question is, has he still got it? It's been 2 years, mate. Remember, there's ring rust. It's been 2 years. No disrespect, mate. It's been 2 years.
Look, Palamos is saying John Ryder's nose was a mess, cuz it was an absolute mess. Proper gritty. Yeah, look, we agree. The performance from Ryder, big up. And look, sometimes, we like to say these things, but it's true. Look, I saw some North London grit in Mexico for that fight, and it was good to see. He obviously got, I think it happened around the second round, I believe, broke his nose. Yeah. And he couldn't breathe. You saw him standing in between rounds, standing on one leg and all that stuff. Like, cuz you got to respect the Warrior and Ryder for obviously what he did. And a fight with Billy Joe, I think that would be tremendous, man. So, yeah, cuz I'll be excited about that, man. Yeah, look, Bukayo Saka's obviously saying he needs to fight domestically to build his name, get rid of the ring rust, like what you're saying, cuz. And before getting in the ring with the likes of Plant, Ryder,
thing is, with Billy, the way I see, he's a prize fighter, isn't it? So he'll probably have 1 or 2 warm-up fights, but I don't think the likes of Plant, I don't think he'd want to fight. I could be wrong, but I personally can't see it. I just, like, the 3 people I mentioned, those are the people pretty much I could see him fighting. That'll probably be his last payday, because look, Canelo ain't gonna rematch Billy. Do you know what I mean? He ain't gonna do it. There's nothing in it for him. Do you know what I mean? Billy, I think his biggest fight will probably be with Eubank Jr. That's if Eubank beats Smith.
Yeah. But do you reckon, I think we've mentioned this in a previous pod, and also obviously big up for Lamo's music as well. He's obviously saying it's easy to run your mouth from outside the ring. So he's obviously saying he wants him back in the ring to get it down. Look, Liam Smith as well.
Yeah.
Look, there's some fights, man, of course, man. But look, what I was about to say with Eubank Jr., we obviously saw him fight at middleweight, and in terms of the weight itself, do you think that maybe move up to super middleweight? Let's say he beats Liam Smith, for example, and he fights Billy Joe. I think that fight should be at super middleweight. I
don't know. I mean, when he fought George Grove, was that super middleweight?
Super middleweight, yeah.
But wasn't that too big for him? Because at the time, his natural weight, he was actually middleweight. Wasn't that his natural weight?
Exactly. So, middleweight. Middleweight is his natural weight, and growing up over the years, that's always been his weight. But because he's getting older. In terms of making a weight, it's a bit tough, man. So I think that extra 8 pounds would, be very, very beneficial. And if he's going to fight a Billy Joe who also realized that he's getting older, he moved up from middle to super middleweight as well. So I think it's the natural progression, cuz, in my opinion.
Possibly, it can happen, but I don't know. At the end of the day, look, Eubank, okay, Billy should challenge the winner, Eubank and Smith. It's fair that way. After he has his warm up, do you know what I mean? But I can't. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Billy goes, look, I want to fight at light heavy.
Yeah,
I agree. Do you know what I mean?
I
You know,
agree. It's weight at the end of the day, and obviously big up Tony Ellis as well. He's obviously saying, would Billy Joe Saunders be down to work with Ben Shalom after the beef? Because you need to break that down as well. And
yeah.
also, before we break that down, also guys, make sure you smash the likes and you obviously comment, get involved in the discussions as well. We're growing this boxing community, so it's not just myself and Mr. Sports Entertainment. We've got obviously Ra and Rico doing the boxing R&R hour show, which is obviously going to be tomorrow. So tune into that show. But cuz break down the beef between Ben Shalom and Billy Joe.
No, I don't know much, but it was like the conversation I had was supposed to be confidential.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, Billy exposed. I think it was something where Ben had mentioned something about Sky messing him around, something like that. I'm not too sure what happened, but it's like it's not professional. And if I'm honest with you, at the moment, my understanding, he's got one contract left with the zone, but I don't know if Eddie's going to honor that. So I've got a feeling he's a free agent, but I've got a feeling Frank might sign him.
Yeah.
Queensbury. Yeah.
Queensbury, yeah. I won't be surprised as well. You know, Queensbury having the gypsies, I guess, in one stable. So yeah,
and I can actually see him going down to middleweight and probably challenge Triple G. Am I right in saying Triple G's got one of the belts or one belt left?
He's vacated them all.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
he's vacated them all. So it's up in the air middleweight, man. That's why, like, look, I'm a massive Chris Eubank Jr. fan. I'm always going to support him, and I feel that after this Liam Smith fight, you know, if he gets the victory, he needs to be going for these titles, man. Like, I don't want him to be wasting time, you know, with this. Obviously, the Conor Ben fight, that's always going to be there, but I think he should win a world title first, you know, establish himself as a middleweight champion, and then, you know, go for these sort of money fights like the Bens and, you know, these other fights as well. But if a Saunders fight is available, that's a fight that he should take, because it's another loss that he's about to write off, if that's what makes sense. But yeah.
No, shoot. Well, we have to wait and see it, because in the day, like, look, he says he's back, but when is he back? When's he going to fight? Has he got a date yet?
I don't know any dates at the moment. Obviously, Al Heyman of iBoxing Hub, could you confirm what a date is? He said this year. So, cuz, that's
probably
good.
September or end of the year.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Summer,
10 rounder.
Yeah.
What would you say? Cheeky copper box?
Yeah, most probably. Well, yeah.
That's like Frank Warren's, you know, little place. Yeah. I like the Copper Box. It's a local East London venue. So obviously big up, man. And look, obviously Palama's Music saying Huey Fury thinks that he could take AJ. Look, you know, we're not here to we're not boxers or nothing, but look, if he has that confidence and he thinks that, then you know, credits to him.
He needs to fight what's his name? Michael Hunter.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That fight, they still need to run that fight. Yeah,
that would be massive, man. And look, I think Palamos Music was also saying in the previous comment, he said, obviously, Eddie Hearn done a good impression of Ben Shalom. Yep, look, he done it the other day, so we fought ahead. And iBoxing Hub's obviously saying he might have forgotten his first name ain't Tyson. Obviously, big up, man. Big up Al Heyman of iBoxing Hub getting involved in the discussions, man. But we're getting over to the midway point, of course. We've got the Champions League in the next 15 minutes, so I want us to break down. I want us to break down, you know, this situation with Wardley and you know, Clarke. What happened? What's your? I want to get your perspective.
My overall view on this is that the communication's getting a bit left, because they both want to fight, and Fabio wants to fight. The thing is, Ben, he mentioned that, you know, they've offered Wardley big money, and Wardley said, "No, you haven't." He said, "Career-changing money." He's like, "No, you haven't. Why are you lying?" Secondly, I think it's a good thing. No, sorry, it's a bad thing that, you know, this fight ain't happening, because, like, look, think about it. Fabio, he's an Olympian. Do you know what I mean? He needs these fights. Like, he's 31, so he started late in the pros. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, what are you waiting for? But then from a business point of view, he's probably thinking, either Fabio is not ready yet, or I don't want to risk it because if he was to lose, that means his stock level goes down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but then again, having said that, he could probably push him on to a European title. Do you know what I mean? He could potentially win a European title and then run it back with Wardley. But it's annoying though, because obviously, end of the day, you're a boxer. Boxers, they need to challenge themselves and test themselves. At the end of the day, everybody wants to one day become a world champion. But at the moment, it's just like, it's a bit embarrassing in a way. Do you know what I mean? I feel his frustration because obviously he was happy at first knowing that, okay, he's going to fight. But I don't know, man. I'm from a promoter's point of view, I just think he's being protected.
Yeah.
I get it. I get the frustration, but think of the bigger picture. But then again, it's just like, dude, he's 31. Do you know what I mean? It's like all of the, like majority of champions, world champions, majority of them, they become world champions before their 30s. And when they're in their 30s, they kind of deteriorate. But not that I'm saying he is, but it's just like, make the fights happen now. Make them happen now. So I don't know. I mean, is he going to continue boxer when his contract ends, or is he going to jump ship and move on to the zone? I don't know. So it's a bit of it's a sticky one. So how many more domestic fights is he going to have? The question is he happy?
That's a very good question. Because before I answer that question, obviously big up Al Heyman of iBoxing Hub. He's obviously saying Ben Shalom is only 28, so he would make mistakes. Not sure why he's getting so much hate. I do agree with what he's saying. Ben is great. Obviously, F the haters. That's what Palamos Music's saying. Look, Ben Shalom, we have to say this on this platform, on this channel. He's doing a tremendous job. Look, he's delivered some tremendous fights, from Amir Khan versus Brooke, from the first ever women's card with, Clarissa Shields and Marshall. Look, I do agree with, iBoxing Hub. We do have a situation where he's young. He's also going to make, mistakes. And like you said, he's going to protect, his assets. And look, it's his favorite promoter. He's also saying as well, he's going to protect his assets, man. Yeah. So naturally, cuz he's going to have this sort of defense mechanism over his prize, one of his prize assets, I would say. But I do agree with you. I definitely feel that he's 31. Let's get these fights on now, man. Boxing's a short-term career, in terms of you're getting punched in the face, man. You go into war, like you're getting battered, you're getting bruised, and even the camps as well, like, because you're obviously gonna maybe one day do a camp like with a fighter, but you're gonna experience, what they're going through in terms of breaking their bodies down to prepare themselves for war. And I just think that they need to do these fights, man. And I hope, like you said, it pans out that way where Ben delivers the European title and then, run back that fight, domestically.
Yeah, man. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what will happen next? But my understanding as well with Fabio Wardley, he's a free agent. So, is he going to sign with Matchroom, or who knows? Do you know what I mean? I personally think he will, because that's one of the biggest platform. But okay, if it's not Frazer's fighting, why not fight what's his name? David Adelaide.
David Adelaide, look, 100%. You saw the beef at the Fight Is Right, cuz like you saw them, sort of going back and forth, man. So it was obviously a bit crazy there. But look, big up Andrew Parker as well. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. He's obviously saying Ben will have many high-powered guys bankrolling his ventures, so he has to please everyone naturally. And look, it seems like Ben's a pleaser, and it seems that Ben does also deliver as well. So naturally, in this world, you can't make everyone happy at the end of the day. So he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna, follow his gut instinct, and his gut instinct might not be what we like, but it's his plan.
The question is, but is it a mistake though? I don't see it as it's a mistake. I see it as like, as a promoter, he knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? Because people point out there as in like he doesn't know what he's doing. I think he knows what he's doing. He's probably thinking, do you know what, right? Okay, let's wait and build this fight out more, or let me get into a European level. Do you know what I mean? So we don't know what's going on behind the scene. I'm only assuming because look, end of the day, that fight was supposed to happen. Obviously, it ain't happening no more. Well, for now anyway. But there's always options. Like, look, there's always options. Like again, Adelaide could fight Frazer Clarke. You know,
that would be big. Frazer Clarke versus Adelaide. I think you saw the clash, cuz you saw the clash, and look, Bukayo Saka's obviously saying that's 258's job to advise and steer Frazer's career in the direction they feel is the best for him.
There you go.
Massive shout out to 258 as well. Like, they obviously got some tremendous fighters in their portfolio, and look, we're hoping that something can happen in the next few months in terms of announcements and news. So, because look, regardless, I agree with you. I think that Ben knows what he's doing, and not everyone's going to support his thinking, his vision. But at the end of the day, it's his promotional company, innit? It's his, and he could make whatever decisions that he feels is the best decisions for his fighters. I'm sure they're having conversations in the back end, but naturally what happens with social media is we sort of pick and grab bits of information and, create this exaggeration, and, it creates a debate, which is good for us. We could obviously come here, talk about it, and get everyone involved in the discussion. So it's interesting regardless anyway, and I think that would be a good fight in the future. So if you were sort of sitting down with Ben Shalom, for example, and you was discussing this fight, let's say 2 years down the line, one of them is a European champion, you're making this fight happen, where venue-wise, where you running this fight, man?
Well, me personally, if it was 2 years down the line and he's European, mate, I'm not going backwards. I'm not trying to fight for the British title. I'm going for world level, mate. Do you know what I mean?
True.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just it's one of them ones, like, you rather move forward than backwards. You rather move forward than backwards. So look, they've got a plan. They know what they're gonna do, but it's just, unfortunately, that's a fight that we all want to see: an Olympian v a white collar boxer. A previous white collar boxer. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting. Either way, like, it'll be nice to see, to see who would actually win that fight.
Who do you think will win? If you were, I know you're not a better man, you're a family man, of course. But I don't.
The thing is, it's like, I look at Fabio Wardley, and like, he's a fighter. He when he gets hit, he switches, he's just raw. Do you know what I mean? And then I look at Frazer Clarke. Like, remember, he's got experience, Olympian. Like, he knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? He's a boxer. So I don't know. I think it will go. See, I don't know. I think it'll go to 12 rounds. It'll go 12 rounds. I don't know.
Tom Ellis is going with Clarke. He's obviously saying he's not been impressed much by Wardley. Maybe he ain't been impressed from the fights sort of coming up. But I think Wardley is one of those fighters that, look, he's obviously come from white collar boxing, and look, big up white collar boxing as well. I work with quite a few promoters who do white collar boxing shows, like a Prospect Boxing Promotions, who does stuff in Ipswich and Norwich. That's obviously where Wardley has obviously done his work, man. So I think that the fight will be a very, very good one. I think Wardley, when the competition gets higher, I think he will up his levels as well, naturally, like a lot of contenders right now. But it will be a good fight, because I think it will be a 12-rounder, like you said.
When he fought what's his name? Nathan, I've forgotten his surname now. When he beat Nathan for the vacant British title, that's Nathan Gorman. A lot of people was like, "Ooh, this could be a tough fight," and look what he done to Gorman. Do you know what I mean? So
easy work.
Yeah, easy work. So it's just one of them ones.
Look, even Andrew Parker's obviously said, look, pick up Andrew Parker's off just getting involved in the discussions. He's obviously saying that's why there was obviously good interest. It was a genuine 50-50 fight. Big Frazer is a likable guy, but I haven't seen him up for it until Wardley came into the talk. So, cuz this is obviously some good points from Andrew. So big up for getting involved in the discussions. And look, we agree. It's definitely a 50-50 fight. It's definitely something that needs to happen. But I do agree with you, cuz we don't want a Mayweather / Pacquiao situation where they drag it to a point where both guys are, past their primes. And it's like, look, that's what I don't want for the Magic Crawford versus Spence fight. I don't want these guys to drag it on. These guys are in their prime right now. Just get these fights on. So I'm just hoping that, through this Garcia and Tank event that's obviously happened, I hope more guys could, start fighting each other and just not being afraid of losing the greatest fighters of the past. They've got O's in their records. Like a Lennox Lewis, for example. Yeah, he's lost a few fights, but what's happened? He's the last undisputed champion for the heavyweight division, and we've not seen one since. So look, the O's, let's forget about that, man. I know Mayweather sort of made it into a trend where, when you've got an O, you're the A fighter, A side in negotiations and stuff like that. But that's Mayweather. Fighters need to just be their own, people and just get on with the fights, man. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion about, fighters, protecting their O's. And also big up, because I just wanted to quickly say this because it's coming up. We've got obviously Cameron versus Katie. I purposely put Cameron's name before Katie Taylor because I think they should put some respect. Like, I'm seeing the posters, it's being promoted as homecoming and everything, which, yes, I agree, it's a homecoming, man, but Cameron is defending her undisputed titles, man. Put some respect on the woman's name. Like, she's the champion. Taylor's coming up to fight her, so that's just my views and my points anyway, because of that, man. I just need to put that out there. You know what I mean?
No, it's just business, really. Do you know what I mean? It's just business. But see, another subject I want to talk about. Carlo. He wants to fight Canelo.
Who?
Charlo.
Oh, champ. Yeah. Let's have it, cuz I think it's time. He's wanted Charlo. You're talking about the older brother, right? Not the older brother, but the
the undisputed champion. He's the
Jamel.
super weight. Yeah.
Oh, so he's moving up and he wants to fight.
No, he's saying undisputed. He's undisputed.
What, catchweight?
Well, I don't know. He just said undisputed. He's undisputed. Well, I guess so.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
My French, man. Whoa, what if that's gonna happen, then big up. But I sort of feel bad for his twin though, man. His twin has been looking for that Canelo fight. Jamal, he's been looking for that Canelo fight for a minute, man. Like, he's been in the division.
He's been. This is weird. He's been injured for is it a year now or over a year, and he's still currently the WBC champ. I don't know what's going on there. He should be fighting. He said later on this year.
I'm hoping.
Hoping. So I don't know, but Canelo right about now, his mind is set on Bivol. He wants Bivol. He's smart. He wants Bivol 175 because he knows if it's 168, Bivol comes, Bivol will ruin the party. Bivol will take the belts and then vacate the belts. Do you know what I mean? So
you reckon he will actually do that? You actually go down, beat Canelo, and just vacate the belts, just to say.
I'm just going by watching Canelo when he fought Ryder, right? The ring was small, and that Canelo performance, it wasn't the best. If I'm honest with you, it wasn't the best performance. And just judging on this performance is just like, I can't see anything. Me saying, "Wow, what he can do to Bivol." He could probably apply more pressure, but Bivol just gonna be smart. Bivol will just be smart. You know, the only way Canelo beats Bivol is if they fight in Mexico.
Look, let's do this last sort of few questions before we wrap up the tremendous show. Obviously, big up Cuz, man, for taking up your time again. Andrew, thank you so much for getting involved. He's obviously asking, you think Ryder was right saying Canelo is past his best?
Yes, and reason why I say that, Ryder, like what, round 2, he broke his nose or popped his nose, whatever, yeah, and he lasted from round 2 to round 12. If Canelo was like, I'm just going by what Ryder's saying, basically what Ryder's saying, if Canelo was that great, he would have got me out of the ring time ago. That's what he's basically saying.
Yeah.
And if Ryder had the opportunity again, he will fight Canelo again.
Look, even Al Heyman of Vibe Boxing Up is obviously saying Ryder was right, but he's downplaying himself. Look, he's the gorilla. Like, he's the gorilla. He has to take that title, gorilla. Like he needs to take that, because at the end of the day, he survived. He could have. I remember in the previous pod, I said he was going to get beat inside 9 rounds. And when the first knockdown come, I was sort of rubbing my hands thinking, yep, it's gonna be wrapped up soon. But then I just saw the tide sort of changing, where he just got like a burst of energy, and he was motivated again. And imagine if he had that belief in the first round. Like, it could have been a potentially different fight, man. But look, we're gonna sort of drag on. So let's cover this last few points. iBoxing Hub's obviously saying Jamel Charlo calls out Canelo for a fight. Undisputed versus undisputed. That B word can't beat me, because he's saying he wants Canelo.
He wants it. If the Bivol fight if he can't make the Bivol fight, but then again, I feel bad for Benavidez, because obviously he beat Plant to fight Canelo. So it's a tricky one.
Yeah, man.
It's a tricky one.
Unless it's wait, is he gonna? So he's gonna jump the queue and go straight. What, undisputed?
Well, undisputed. Listen, I like Charlo, man. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Records that he's lost what? He's lost one, right? And draw one. He doesn't care.
And he avenged that loss as well, straight after.
There you go. Run it. I've got a feeling, if the Bivol fight doesn't happen, that's the fight. That's going to be a big fight on Showtime.
That'll be a big one. Where you hosting it? It has what, MGM Grand? You doing it in the AT&T Stadium, Texas? Where you doing? You doing Mexico? Where you going?
No.
Vegas, Brooklyn, Barclays Center, Vegas.
Yeah, no, Vegas.
Yeah,
man. Vegas. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
boy, it's that time, isn't it?
It's that time, cuz. Look, once again, thank you so much for obviously taking up your time to obviously do this show for the audience. Obviously, big up the Al Heyman of iBoxing Hub for putting this show together and putting this channel together for the community. We're looking to grow it so that we can give you guys a voice in the boxing world, and also we're looking to give you some access into the space that you might not get normal access to. So guys, make sure you tune into our shows. Tomorrow we're gonna have the R&R hour with Ra and Rico. So guys, make sure you bring this energy to their shows as well. And yeah, cuz, man, I'm just excited. So how are you gonna wrap this up for us, cuz, man?
Yeah, man. Listen, guys, just remember to like, share, and subscribe, innit? We're growing this channel. And have a blessed week, and we shall see.
Cuz, before we go, actually, I have to pick up the Rise podcast as well, man. We was saying off air the energy that you brought today. So they loved the energy, they loved the gas. So, cuz, man, big up to you. I just wanted to do that live, man. Look, bang, guys! If you haven't seen the episode or the feature, check it out. Obviously, BNG's featuring it, and look, the Americans love him. You could tell. So, guys, just keep supporting the movement, and we're gonna keep bringing tremendous content to the channel. So, big up to everyone.
Just one last thing. Sorry.
All right.
Last thing. Jarrell Miller posted something on Instagram.
Okay.
He wants Derek, he wants AJ,
Ooh.
and he wants Dylan.
Ooh.
I think Dylan should fight Jarrell Miller.
In the summer, innit?
Yeah. He's calling all 3 of them out. I think Dylan should challenge him.
I think so as well. I think that's a good fight. And we know, I know he's your boy AJ, but we know he's obviously going to look at that fight if it happens closely. maybe ringside, and see what's going on there. He could fight the winner.
He's focused on Wilder, man.
Reckon it's a Wilder straight.
Listen, the money them not getting paid, yeah.
Okay, no, it's fair.
Right, man.
I'm just saying, Miller, Big Baby Miller wants AJ, man. So and I think he deserves that fight at some point, man. Pretty nice. So yeah, man. Look, big up Andrew Parker. Cheers for coming onto our show. But cuz wrap us up. And look, Palamos is saying big up BNG, big up, love, man.
No worries, man.
And yep, look, last one. We've obviously spoken to Miller's promoter. Check it out on our channel, Dimitri Salita. He also manages Clarissa Shields as well, promotes her. So guys, check out that episode. It was from Rico, and it's very insightful. So guys, check it out.
No worries. All right, guys. See you on Sunday. Good night, good evening, and good morning. We're out.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, with your bag it up. I start my card with a sweet one place. Someone flicks me a back body. Say, it's another one.